Yo, it's Deminata What If. Sorry. Yo, it's Deminata What If, or Deminata_4 with today's stream. I may or may not have started a teensy bit late. So we're just going to chill for a second. Alright, we're leaving that. I was trying out Magic Arena because I have never done that before. So I thought, let's go for it. And then I got distracted. And then I got distracted again. And I kept getting distracted. I have now sorted out every single aspect that I want to keep track of for craft essences, servants, and all that in Fate. Ask for help on some team building. Because if anyone can tell from all of these, there's a lot of servants and craft essences in Fate. Anyway, today the plan is go through this crap, take ages. Finished off the collector booster packs. That's in. I don't remember if I did that on stream. I'm pretty sure I didn't do that on stream. Got a couple of things, cool things in there, like Mox Jasper. Problem is, I don't have that many dragons. I have like just a few. Very, very small amount. Hold on. If we just go into types, no subtypes. Aetherborn, ally, bird, cat, cleric. I've got one dragon. And then so doesn't specify anything here. I think I have like maybe one other dragon here. Give me a sec. I don't think I even have that, to be honest. I just didn't get any green, black, or white dragons from my Tarkir pack, which is a bit unfortunate, but what can you do? It was all red. All red dragons. So yeah, unfortunately the dragon related stuff like the Mox Jasper just aren't going to be possible. I know there's Mox Amber, or whatever it's called. That's like the thing that you use in normal decks. But given the fact that this one's about 10 quid, and I got in foil, so yeah, it's 11 quid or whatever, I don't think it's going to be feasible anytime soon where I'm going to be able to just grab one of those. I much prefer getting packs at the moment, simply because I just don't have the funds to spend on random things. I have to rely on gambling, unfortunately. For those bigger things. So, I was showing you my stuff. I just realized I've just been showing my face. Hold on 1 second so I can just look through my emails. Okay. Let's go back. There we go. So yeah, as you can tell, I own all of this. It's about 128 euros. Every aspect of this deck I own. I've got one dragon though. So all dragon related things I can't really use, unfortunately. I think, oh goodness. I think my goal right now is tag. I kind of wish that they split things based on what type and all that shit. But I think I need to tag up everything. Like this helps dragons needed, but as an effect, I think of each upkeep, create a 1/1 test creature token, and I can also pay life to untap lands I control. That's pretty good, isn't it? So I guess this one would go into sack life and tokens, because it's all about stacking life and getting tokens. I put in dragons needed just so I can mark down if I ever do. If this ever ends up going in the direction of dragons, thanks to Tarkir, because I like Tarkir, gotta have something prepped for that. It's kind of cool that I could probably put Silverquill in here as well if I eventually get him. Unfortunately, I only have Prismari. Then we have Blood Artist. Blood Artist is an equal losing game whenever a creature dies. So equal losing game life. Short circuited my brain there for a second. Creature can't block, has haste. Has 10 or less lives. Whenever a land you control enters, you may return the card from your grave. This card from your graveyard. I don't really know where this one goes. I think I'm going to leave it untagged for now. It's like a cool idea, and since I'm gonna have a lot of stuff in my graveyard, it's kind of cool. But I'm not sure how actually useful that is. It's kind of cool how easy to get it out it is, but it requires me putting lands, which means I need to hit my land drops basically every time our 3 dies. So there is that. Blossoming Belghast. I guess to be fair, this probably goes into like mana. No, it relies on lands, but it's not really mana generation. I wouldn't say. Oh shit. There we go. All right. Whenever it attacks, you gain life. This creatures you control gain trample and +X until end of turn. Where it's the amount of life you gain this turn. This is just life again. So what is it? Sack life and token. I would say so. Also fits really nicely because of the trample effect. Because it specifies creatures you control, so it's like all of them get this effect, which is nice. Here's a +1/+1. It affects all of them. Hold on. It's not counted. I guess it goes here because it's sorry, into this because it's tokens. There are some things I just think would be stupid to get rid of, and I feel like these two are like up there. I wouldn't mind getting rid of Bloodghast. I'm already feeling like it doesn't. It's like it's kind of cool. It's like a nice little trick you can do with the graveyard, but what's the point? Why would I care about that much? Defiling Demagoth. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain life. Okay, so basically Blood Artist, but worse. At the beginning of your upkeep, your opponent loses X life. Each opponent loses X life as a magnet. Okay, it's a better version. It's not quite equal life. This is more of kill everything. Should I just put this one into lose and gain life? Sorry, got lost. I think we're going to change that name to just lose and gain life. Just the idea where the main build is about it's around losing and gaining life. So let's plot that in there. Go into the token. Change tags. I kind of wish I could just edit the tags. I accidentally clicked something. That feels like a missed thing to do. Just have a way so I can access the tags normally and then just right click and change. I'm just, I can't bother. I'm gonna remove those, put them back in. Just equal losing gain life. Alright. Dina, what do you do whenever you sacrifice a sacrifice, gain, counters. Sacrifice different tokens. Alright. I like things that don't require you to directly sacrifice them a bit more than I like the ones that like sacrifice stuff. I'll be completely honest. Mana gem. Whenever you gain life, your opponent loses 1 life. Okay, damn. Sacrifice another creature. Dino gets that much until end turn. X is in the sacrifice creature's power. Sacrifice. I can't read. Hold on. Sacrifice another creature. Dino gets 8+6+0. Okay, well, the main focus here is gaining life. So, if you've gained life, it becomes prepared for each opponent. You create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token. Okay. Sack and life tokens. Or is it sack and life and tokens? Sack, life, and tokens. Yeah. Whenever creatures you control die, put a +1/+1 on a Gurma. You control enter with an additional +1/+1 for each creature that died under control this time. Counters. Obviously, there's some sack in there, but I think it's more counters than sack. At the beginning of your step, create a number of food tokens equal to the number of Grom is a bit weird. You create a number of food tokens equal, which is nice. The upkeep, the end step thing is nice. You create that equal number of non-token creatures you had into the battlefield under control this time. That's kind of cool. I thought iffy. I feel like I should just make an iffy tag. Like, not sure about that one. I guess it can go with sack life and tokens because food token plus that means. I think food tokens are also mana gen. Hold on. Food tokens. Hold on, give me a sec. Life generator, yep. Okay. Tokens to sacrifice, but also you want to sacrifice them. Chill. Again, I just don't feel like I care about the indestructible tapping thing. It's kind of like it's a neat little thing, but why do I want that? Like, why do I want it that much? But it's expensive. Like, I see why it is the price it is, but unfortunately, most of the stuff I'm going to be bringing in is creatures. Like, if you're looking at it, I have what? Yeah, I have 41 creatures, and then the highest I have in anything else is 11. Create tokens, sack life and tokens. Whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, put +1/+1 counter on each creature controller. That's another one. I don't really. I don't know why I thought this was a dragon. I guess I just read the flying and I don't think any further. But that nature of being +1/+1 for a player sacrificing another creature, I don't know how many things I have that force that to happen. So it would just need to be someone who sacrifices something. But why would they do that when I have this guy out? You know. Oh wait, shoot, the counter thing. I may have put it in the wrong thing. Nah, this is more of a counter than an every counter. Right, back to work. Whenever they sacrifice a permanent, purpose +1 on this creature. When this creature enters, each player sacrifices a creature there. Oh yeah, whenever a player, not whenever. I can't read. I thought that said another player. Oh my goodness, I think I'm tired. Give me a sec. I'm back. Sorry, I'm just getting really tired. I've been going to bed really late lately and like sleeping for 7 hours. I'm going to bed at like 1 or 2 in the morning. I really need to chill in that. Okay. Because it's that when it's sacrifice a permanent, a player sacrifices permanent. I'll just put it in sack life and tokens. It does produce counters for this creature, but not for everyone. It's not like it gives counters to others. I forget what my original thing was for what counted as a counter and what didn't. Let's just quickly grab an example of a card I remember being a counter for sure. I'm feeling kind of giddy. Like, I know it's not obvious on my face because I'm a bit out of it, but I am feeling a little bit giddy just thanks to seeing all these cards and knowing like it's all mine. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. What? I thought I put the little iron dude in here. Where is little iron dude? Hold on. Where the fuck are you? Little iron dude, where'd you go? What? Where the fuck is little iron dude? Did I accidentally leave little iron dude in my deck? That would be a little bit funny. I can't lie if I actually left little iron dude in there. I will be calling him Little Iron Dude until I can find out what his name is, because I can't remember what his name is. Little Iron Dude, where are you, little Iron Dude? Little Iron Dude? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ah, there we are. Sorry, I didn't see the Iron Dude before. Enters with counters. Okay, yeah, well then in that case. Oh, but he can also move his counters. That's the other thing. Oh goodness, 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 goodness! I wish I could have the fucking tag. Why aren't the tags in the sideboard? Because the main purpose I have them for is for the sideboard. I want the sideboard to show tags as well. I'll put in counters for now. It is sacrifice based, so I'll have it between them. Anything that has the word sacrifice in it, where it's not like a mana restricted cost, is going to go into the sacrifice of life and tokens area. Like Dina over here, I feel iffy on her because I have to manually do it and it's only a bonus for her. So I don't really give a shit about it. I'll be honest. I'm not planning to build up Dina specifically. That doesn't benefit me that much. So yeah, anyway. Whenever one more of a creature's die, draw a card. Yeah, okay. Draw, Gen. There we go. You're a fucking sick fuck, I just remembered. Create a 1/1 green sap rolling creature. Token for each 1/1 plus 1/1. Yeah, this is counter. Also has Devour, so it does help with sack, to be fair. But I think it's more of a counter. Oh, I guess it can be both. Again, these are one of the reasons why these cards are so good, is because they both do sack and they do something else. Obviously, a majority of the cards should be in here. A lot of the stuff I'm going to be doing is probably shaving off the stuff that's on the edge, like something that is completely unrelated. Fuck, something like Dina I'd probably remove, but no, she's actually quite useful because it's any time I gain life. So even if I don't care about this other thing, it's pretty good. Demigoth is a pretty good combo as well. Too bad that this doesn't count as combat damage. Imagine if every time that effect happened, it counted as combat damage, which meant that I gained life, which means that everyone else lost life. That'd be terrifying. Off the love of everything, I forgot to... Okay. Pop down this do not disturb. Why am I being fucking atted like 4 times? Some guy apparently just... I don't know if he got hacked or what. I'm assuming it's a fake account just to be a bot. But it's annoying. Oh, kind of go for a dump for a second. I can't lie. Well, I'm worried I'm going to fall asleep on the toilet. Because I'm so tired. Alright, unblockable. Whenever another creature spins the graveyard, you may pay 1 to return it from the graveyard. See, that's... Like, this is a way... Wait, no. No. Again, they both have the graveyard effect for themselves. They cost about the same as well. Difference is this one's unstoppable and this one isn't. This one can't block. So both of them can't block. I'll think about it. Alright, you're the most important thing I have in my deck for my entire like route for survival against flyers, so I fucking need you. Have Death Touch whenever creature control deals combat damage to player, draw a card. So this is both Death Touch, but obviously it's also quite simply a draw generator. Because this is all about... I love it because it's like everything else gets a buff from just having this thing out. And it's got 6 toughness. Delicious. I feel like I prefer toughness over attack because toughness actually keeps my cards alive. Anyway, Ophiomancer makes snakes with Death Touch. Okay, so I guess this is both Death Touch and it's also sack because it's making tokens. This one I'm also iffy on. I know it does more than one thing, but at the same time I feel like I probably am gonna have better things that I can do that can do the same thing. Yeah, there's a bit of mana generation, but it's Eldrazi, so it's not even like it affects all of my things, and having 3 colors means that colorless probably isn't the best route to go down. I do have some things like Abzan, which I'm almost certain I'm going to be putting in, but I'm not certain on that one. Oh, goodness. I think I should just take care of business. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to leave you with this while I go off and do that. But yeah, I will reiterate that my plan for today is go through all of this stuff, shave down as much of the content. Sorry, no, go through all of it, tag it all, figure out what isn't necessary as I go along, like Pawn of Ulamog. It's good, but is it that good? Again, I can see the euro mark, but like, money isn't everything, you know? Money isn't everything. I might ask a friend later on to just confirm 100% I'll move like things that are iffy, but maybe they have a high price, or I don't know. I've heard they're good. I'll probably like just put those aside and just be like, hey man, can you have a look through these just to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything by not having these guys. Okay. I need to quickly go to the bathroom because I'm half asleep and also needing that. So yeah, I'll leave you guys for a second. Yo, I have returned. Ugh. I got given this. Wow. Pretty cool. Anyway, so back to killing myself. I know that the video said lore commentary, but I don't currently have a template that I use for this deck I'm building. I've got one for the Mathrobe deck, but I feel like I want to make one for this. I'll probably draw Felifar or something at some point. Try and mimic how they've drawn it here. It looks like they've probably drawn it like it does. It very well could be painting. I don't think it is, but it looks like it's like a brown base and they built everything around that. So I might try and do something like that. Anyway. Back to tagging. Also, these artifacts are all going to be like mana related. I see no reason to have any purposeful artifacts, unless there is something that I put in here that is like it's just an artifact that has an effect. Oh, I do. Cauldron of Essence. How foolish. How foolish. But yeah, other than a couple of things, most of it should just be mana gen. I kind of wish I had a Mox Amber. How much is a Mox Amber? That's a damn good question. Why, thank you, Oliver. Okay. Mox. Why is it called a Mox Amber? I'm kind of curious. Holy shit. Add 1 mana of any of the exiled card's colors. Huh, okay. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. This card is banned. Well then, what? Why is it just called this card is banned? Why does this exist? The fuck? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Jack in the Mox. Fur Moxed. Mox Amber. £55. Damn. I definitely have got to keep Mox Jasper safe for a while then, because a foil Mox Jasper might pop off in a few years, eh? Are there any other versions of this, or is it just ours? I am curious though. Toggle all printings. Oh, this is only in Brothers War and Dominaria. Oh, that makes sense why this is so expensive then. Holy shit. I hope they eventually do make like a reprint of this. What else could I use then? Mox Emerald, Mox Diamond? Let me guess, can't fucking get this one because it's online, I don't know. Is it in Commander? It is. Let me discard a card. Add 1 mana of any color to your command mana pool. So this would also be a pretty nice one, but it's not something I'm going to be able to get anytime soon. Oh, goodness. I'm going to guess that they're all like that, but... Yeah, well, in that case, I'm really fucking pleased that I got Mox Jasper. It almost sounds like I should open up more. Almost sounds like I should... open up more packs of mana of Mox Jasper, of Tarkir, so I can get more dragons. Also, looking at the Mox Lotus, what the fuck is this? Is what I will say while I quickly try and... I can't even, like... Hold on. I can't fold it. Oh, wait, fold it. Pizza, pasta, put it on my cockman. What's mana burn? I get to hold on. Mog's Poison feels like quite a funny card. The other guy has any poison, you're just dead. You're cooked. Mm-hmm. Suspend free. Rather than cast this card from your hand, pay 0 and exile it with 3 time counters. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove time and keep a time counter when this last is moved. Cast it without any expand cost. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. Oh, it's in Modern Horizons. What's the secret lair? Sexy. I don't know. It looks like a good card. Just reduced in value because it's limited by that time effect. Makes you think though. It's quite useless, actually, because of the fact that it's limited by time. Right. Back to work. I'm being my bad. But yeah, the slowness of it just means that it's going to take too long to get out and start playing in something like standard or modern. If I remember how those ones work. I do see that it's not available in standard, so there is that. But yeah, there just needs to be a way to get around the. Yeah, man, I have no idea how to make. I don't. I'd have to read through all that and understand it fully to know what's going on here. Doesn't look like there's many ways to get past that effect though, which I can see why it's like, a bit low for something in Modern Horizons, which to me, to my understanding, is quite expensive. God. So I'm just thinking about how cooked I would be if I tried to buy some of this stuff. 55, even £55 is a lot for me. Just for one card. Even if it is useful. Anywho. Let's get back to this. God, it's already hot. It gets hot in my room the moment I start trying to focus. Okay. So, back to moving my tags about. Pest Rescuer. Create pest, yep. gain life. Yeah, so sack life and tokens. Sack 2 other creatures. Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature of their choice. You add mana and draw a card. It's, I would say that's both sack life and draw gen. It's technically also mana gen, so let's put that there as well. Good card. I've had it before and it didn't work too well, so I was kind of bitchy about it the first time I used it. But now I'm like, oh, hell yeah, hell yes. I want it and I like it. Counters sack token. Yeah, so this is sack life and tokens more so than counters because it's based on the amount of counters it has. Sack it, land. Okay, I'm gonna put this in mana gen, not in sack. It has, you know what? Fuck it. Put in sack. Fuck it. Sack life and tokens. Because it can contribute to the sacking theme. Viral Sub Devoid. Sack. Draw a card. So it's sack and draw gen. Wonderful. Draw gen. There we go. Spring Bloom Druid. When it enters, you may sacrifice a land. If you do so, search your library for 2 basic land cards. So it's sack and it's mana gen. Wonderful. Sack, mana gen. Alright. Styncian Sanguist. Loses life whenever you attack. Target creature gains death touch until end of turn. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, this creature becomes prepared, which if it does, each opponent loses X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. So death touch and okay, death touch and then the equal losing game life. Cool. It's not super important that I get a bunch of death touch, but it is nice to have more death touch, you know? Equal losing game life. Yep. Alright, yep. Huh, I thought I did. Am I fucking cooked? I thought I did these 2 already. Why are they still here? Okay, didn't I do you as well? Oh, I didn't scroll down far enough. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Alright, Teacher's Pet. Menace. I gain life. And I can return it from the graveyard. Okay. So I guess this is just life. Yeah, life gen. Sea's Blessing. I need to look up what Sea's Blessing does real quick. Hold on. I have it to the side of me somewhere, but I can't remember. Oh, it's just a... Okay. Who gives a shit? Alright, Sea's Blessing effect doesn't really matter other than for this card. So we'll just check what it actually does. If at the beginning of each upkeep, you get to create creature token. And they get +2/+2 as long as I have the Sea's Blessing. There was one other thing I know that created Saprolings. Hold on. This. They kind of benefit each other, but it isn't counters. It's tokens. I'll just put in sack and life tokens. It's not crazy useful. I feel iffy on this one. So far for info, I feel iffy on this. I feel iffy on this. Somewhat iffy on this one, but not crazily. There's someone else I had to mind. Oh yeah, the chef. Also felt iffy on that. Yeah, I think I'll leave those that for now. So clear. There might be a couple others that I'm just not thinking of. Oh yeah, for these 2, I can probably find something better, but they're both alright. I'm not too against them. Yeah, basic stuff. Alright. Back to work. Sack. Surveil. I guess I'll just put that in sack. Maybe it's kind of draw. I don't know. I guess I'll put in draw gen as well. Alright. Witch Coven. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, return target creature card from graveyard to your hand. See, now this is good. That's pretty nice. All right, what's that? Gain life and return from graveyard. Return from grave. And also... Oh, well, it requires life gem, but I'm not going to put in life gem just because of that. Sacrifice for scrying. +1/+1 for each card in your graveyard. Sacrifice another creature, search library for a land card, put into your battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Pretty nice. Pretty fucking nice. Okay, that's... I guess we put that in sack life and tokens. A good additional heavy hitter to have on this sort of deck. The other benefits are all kind of like related to something else. It also has mana stuff because it can help me get lands out better. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Alright, lands, so mana gen. I am just thinking of something while I go through this. I don't have many flying things. If I just add flyers, that is how you spell flyers, right? Is it flyers? Or is it fly? Okay. Just a little bit worried there for a second that I'm forgetting things, but let's just use that as an opportunity to just add a bunch of flyers. Just so we can see how many we have. Mr. Sandman, at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. When you return to one target creature, okay, that's good. That's good. Sacrifice and life tokens. And also return from grave. There we go. Alright. When it enters, you get a token. You can sacrifice another creature to scry 1, and you can escape the graveyard. It has 2 counters when it does so. Is this just doing fucking everything, but like to a really bad degree? Sacrifice. Escape. And counters. Yeah. I'll already have a quick peek through everything once I'm done, just to make sure that I'm doing everything right. Just to make sure I've hit every tag something could have had. Haste whenever creature an opponent controls, but dies, but doesn't build a counter on Yahenni. Sacrifice another creature, Yahenni gains indestructible. So sack and counters. Oops. And sack. Because it has sacrifice. Yeah. Alright, final one that I think can final creature that can have a tag, in my opinion. When this creature or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses life and you gain 1 life. So equal, losing, gain life. Nice and simple. Alright, we've got a couple of things to go through, so let's just finish through these, go back through, make sure we got everything. Obviously these guys are mana gen, just to put those down. I'm fairly certain they're all mana gen. Don't have to really worry. Do be aware that while I have these tags and they move it out of everything, and you can see from here it like rehashes everything, I can always just click disable deck tags and it just all gets removed. Okay, let's ignore those for a second. Yeah. But I can also do that just by pressing disable tags, and bam, they were all untagged. I guess, and you get to see everything normally. Just, yeah, gotta be aware of that one. This won't be getting my way when I'm playing the game. It's more so just for when I want to change something or I find a card, I can just look through whatever it relates with and just see what would it be better than that. Better than. At the beginning, you create that sacrifice. Yeah. So this is just sack and tokens. Yeah. Attacking pest you control get +1/+0 and have menace. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 black and green. Okay, so it's sack and what would +1/0 menace be? Attacking pest get +1/+0 and have menace. What are you? You're not counters, that's for sure. Something was missing from my quick tag section. Is it target effects? This isn't a target though, it's just attacking pests get this effect. Okay, I'm not going to put anything on it. I just remember that it's got that. Attacking pests get +1/+0 and have Death Touch. So I can put that in Death Touch. Exile target card from graveyard. If a creature card is exiled this way, create a 1/1 pest. Nice. Okay, so this is just going to go into sack and life. No. Yes. And also, so sack and life. And then into Death Touch. I don't really like the fact that it like mixes up. I get it's probably doing it by like, I don't know, just alphabetical order, but it'd be nice if it instead ordered it in different methods. But oh well, I'll deal with it. All right, Untagged Enchantments, the last two, Moldavine Reclamation, creature control, gain life, draw a card. So, life gen and draw gen. Life and draw. Nice. Then we have this. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 4/4 green fungus beast creature token with trample. So, sack and life. Nice. Alright. Assassin's Trophy. Destroy target permanent. Its controller may look for a basic land card. So, destroy. Yeah. Destroy target. You lose life. Okay. Destroy. This spell costs 3 S to cards if you gain life this turn. Destroy. Okay. As additional cost, you may sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature sacrificed this way, which is pretty nice. You draw a card and lose 1 life. So, sack and draw, I would assume. Oh, something. Hold on. What was it called? Oh no. There it is. Draw. Love me a bit of draw gen. And then finally, Wither Bloom Charm. Sacrifice. Draw. Life. Destroy. So, sack. Destroy. Where is destroy? Actually, that was him. And then finally, life. Nice. Very nice. All right. Just to clarify, this is in sacrifice, right? I'm not tripping. It is. Okay. Cool. And then we have our lands. I'll be honest, I don't really want to touch the lands yet. We can touch the lands once I've actually finished on everything else, I think. Because you'll notice I've got a lot of random shit in here. I don't want to touch that, okay? Not without a pair of gloves, okay? It's just a mess. So, oh shit, sorceries, yeah. Okay. Why are they at the bottom? I don't know. Destroy, 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 destroy. I think this one allows me to destroy things. So destroy. Destroy. Add mana for each opponent. So mana gen and destroy. I like that. I love me a destroy effect that does more than one thing. those cards, put one in. Yep. Okay, so mana. Sack. Sack and return. I love how many of them are just Dina. Like, there's so many just Dina cards. Alright, Immoral Bargain. As additional cost, cast a spell, sacrifice creatures, destroy X. Fuck me, okay, yeah. It's also sacrifice, but I think first we do that. Draw and lose. Okay, Trojan. Draws a card and loses one life. Trojan. I don't think I have one specifically for attacking the main card. But well, no, it's target. So, target effect? Yeah. Okay, let's put that in target effect, and then let's move it over to draw gen as well. Because I theoretically could just target myself for effect. The main benefit is just murking some other guy. Oh, goodness. Okay. Pest Infestation, destroy artifacts and enchantments. Create twice X, 1/1 black. Okay, so this is sack and destroy. It means that I can destroy other people's, right? Like, that's not... It says destroy, so yeah, it should mean that it's both. Sorry, I can both do it to myself or to other people. So destroy and, well, sack. Alright, got that. Kill ammo, done. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Alright. Hello, Luke. I don't wanna. I don't really know what short form live is. I thought there was just short form and live. I'm an old man, I don't get these things. As additional cost to cast a spell, play X life. All creatures get minus XX until end of turn. Alright, that's into target gets... It's not really targeting one thing now, is it? Whatever. Target player mills 3 cards, then you return a land from card from graveyard to your hand. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with a mana value 2 or less. Hold on. Return from grave. Mana. Destroy. Okay. Okay. Where's it gone? Ah, there it is. So that goes into everything else pretty much. So destroy, it's in that, but also has target gets minus minus. And then return from grave, I think, is what I'll leave that as. Have I gone? No, still got one more left. Alright, wonderful. Destroy or exile or lose. That's pretty nice. But I kind of don't want to do that. It's kind of fun to be able to just like chat to some random viewer. I don't know. It feels more fun this way. Also, I think for short form, I'd have to use my phone, and I don't want to. Because I do not have it like... I don't like have a stand or anything. Which, yeah, that'd be cheap to get, but I don't want to. Alright, that's just destroy. It does make you lose counters, so I guess I could put that in there as well. Let's go grab that. destroy. And then counters. I don't think it's quite an every counter situation, but it is a counter situation. So that's good to go. So I've now put all of my stuff in that trash heap. Yeah, I don't want to though. So I don't really care about short form content. I know for a fact that I myself have struggled with with just going through short form content too much, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I don't really want to contribute to that. I might bite my ass in the future and do it. I might go back on what I've said, but for now, I'm just not in the place mentally where I'm willing to do that. Oh, fuck me. Okay, maybe I should just focus on the lands and not bother, not bother with the rest. Just get rid of a couple lands, that'll be the way to go. I think I'll have a glance over, check what makes me feel iffy again, and then I'll start doing whatever crap I'm trying to do. No, those do not make me feel iffy at all. By UT. Whenever a creature dies, you get +1 counter. That's good. Sacrifice another creature, and you get an indestructible as well. So I do think that's worth it. All right, what do you do? A lot. I'll think about it. I feel like it's more like the way it's worded makes me want to be iffy on it. When this creature enters you create a 0/1 goat creature token, which is kind of cool. You get a token out. But its only purpose is defense. It's not going to actually hurt anything back. So it's basically completely useless for like taking stuff out or doing anything crazy. I can sack another creature to scry 1, which is kind of fun. It means that I can just prep myself for whatever the next card is. And then I can also escape for like for 2 more mana on the cost. Which, to be fair, by the time it dies, logically I would already have 2 more mana. So that's not too bad. Problem is it exiles other cards. So I don't really want that too crazily. I think this will be how I start off the iffy area. Iffy. Save. Alright. I'm pretty sure with this one. Attacking players get +1/+0 with Death Touch. I can also exile the card from the graveyard, which this one contradicts what I just said, but that's 4 exiles and this one's 1 exile. It's a bit of a difference there. If it is, I get to create stuff, so that's always great as well. Extra tokens, extra sacrifice tools. I'm obviously keeping Oranda. This is one of the most important cards I have in my deck, simply because it's the only reason I'm able to fight flyers and stuff like that, for example. I do realize I don't have many counters. That might be something I need to put my eye on. I'm just trying to remember, what is the Miku deck? MTG. Colors. Green, white. Okay. Green, white, blue, green, or that's really annoying. I probably should have some Death Touch. The main guys who have fuck everything in that direction cards being white, and I'm pretty sure green as well. I don't think I've been clear the board cards. Hmm. Anyway, I'm getting lost. If you control no snakes, create a 1/1 black snake creature with Death Touch. It's a nice way to get Death Touch a bit earlier on than Oran, and tokens for sack. I don't feel too strongly against keeping it, nor at keeping it, but I've got limited Death Touch, so yeah, I'm not too against it at all. I also think that I don't have many snakes in the first place. If I just quickly switch over to subtypes, blah blah blah, druid, dryad, elder, eldrazi, elf, forest, frog, fungi, horror, human, insect, pest, knight, plains, rogue, shaman, skeleton, snake. I have 2 snakes in my entire thing, and one of them gets sacked almost immediately. I think I'll be chilling for now. So back to types and tags. Stensian Sanguist. Each opponent loses X life. Gives Death Touch to someone. When it deals damage to a player, it becomes prepared, where I could theoretically just murk the shit out of someone if I did this. Not early on, but eventually. So I'm not too against it. 10 destroy cards. I feel like I should produce this, but that's good. Well, no, this one's iffy. I don't like giving the other player opportunities, so I'm going to put this in iffy. Choose one or more. I can just destroy fucking anything. It's expensive as hell, but otherwise pretty good. I guess that's the reason why you have cards like Assassin's Trophy. I think the only thing that makes me iffy is that mana cost is atrocious. That is a 6 mana cost to destroy one thing. Oh, wait, no, it's choose one or more. I could just say, fuck all of their cards. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind, I'm keeping that. Okay, I don't feel iffy about that anymore. The mana cost is worth it. It's 4 mana more, but I could theoretically destroy 4 more cards. So, oh goodness, thank goodness it's 1 or more. Yeah, just pick all 5 of those different types of cards and just take them out. Love it. Alright, Culling Ritual. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less. Add 1 mana, black or green mana for each permanent destroyed this way. Part of me feels iffy. It depends on how much my mana value generally is. Because if my mana value is generally quite low, or in other words, below 3 or below, I could get fucked by this. But it's a great way to get mana while also clearing the board, so you win some, you lose some. It would take out all tokens, and that's my only worry. However, I would get a shit ton of mana, so I think it's worth it. It's definitely worth it because my friend has a token deck. I don't know if he's still using that one as his main deck, but to my memory. Then we have another, essentially the same as this one. Destroy all creatures, planeswalkers, battles, graveyards, or each opponent loses all counters. Oh, and I can do multiple of them. Okay, cool. So I could just remove everyone else's counters. Destroy their creatures, exile their graves. Just an evil fucking card. I love it. I'm keeping it. So that's 6. So they're both 6 for lots of effects. Gotcha. As additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice X creatures. I am curious, why is this lower? I guess it's the counter effect. It's too bad I can't just click destroys all counters and just remove all actual counters, not just the counters. I know the wording is goofy, but if only you could just destroy counters with the destroy counters ability. Immoral Bargain. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice X creatures, destroy X target non-land permanents. It fits the deck too much thanks to the sack aspect, so I don't think I feel iffy on that one. This one is a lose life instant, kind of like Assassin's Trophy, but I'm kind of fine with losing life in my high health gain deck, so it's whatever. Costs less if you gain license. Basically the exact same fucking thing as Infernal Grasp. Destroy target non-land. Nice and simple. I like it. I like it. Destroy up to X target artifacts and/or enchantments. Create twice X 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens with when this token dies, you gain 1 life. Now my question for this is how are the numbers made up? Ruling. Number of pests created is equal to twice the chosen value of X, no matter how many artifacts enchant. But okay, that's cool. So how does this work? Is it saying okay. Got you. Okay, so it's one of those. Alright. Well in that case. Still good. Like it's still a good card. It's a little bit weaker than you expect. I still think it's good though, so I'm gonna keep it. Great way to get some tokens, but also a great way to take out target artifacts and enchantments, depending on what kind of person I'm fighting. And considering that both of the players that I'm going against have played a lot more Magic than I have, even if one of them has played it for less time than me, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need any benefit I can for artifacts and enchantments, because usually those sorts of players fuck me up. Alright, you may sacrifice a permanent if you do draw 2 cards. Okay. You gain 5 life. Or destroy target non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. I see no problems with this one. I will be keeping that. Because I say 2 mana, destroy life and other. The charms, honestly, the Witherbloom, Silver Quill, all those charms are great. Problem is, I don't own a Silver Quill charm, which is the one charm I would have loved to have had, but I own every single other charm in the game. Well, no, maybe not every single other one. I own all the other Strixhaven ones. Alright, Witherbloom Command. Target player mills 3 cards. Then you return a land card from graveyard. There's nothing really wrong with this one, so gonna have to keep that one there. I don't really feel iffy about this one. It's more so it would be required if I was going down a dragon route. I'm not doing that though, so we're chilling for now. If I can get my hands on more Tarkir, maybe I'll change that. But as of now, yeah, because all my dragons were red. Unfortunately. Which don't go in this deck. Alright, draw gen. Do any of you it's draw generation, none of it's gonna be bad, let's be honest here. Other than Knight's Whisper. Because that requires me to lose 2 life. But I don't care about that. Because my whole shtick is gaining life. Whenever 1 or more creatures die, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Well, that's banging. That's like a great card. Whenever creature control dies, you gain 1 life and draw a card. That's also banger. It's a bit expensive, to be fair, mana-wise. But otherwise great. That's great, not going to even comment on it. This is great, not going to even comment on it. As additional cost to cast a spell, you may sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature sacrificed this way. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Copy the card. It's still good. Yeah, you can just keep sacrificing until you're in the right area for how much you want to spend. Cool. Also great, not going to get rid of. Also great. Actually, it gives a lot of excuse for sacrificing and drawing, and it gives a flying. So that's good. Plus, if anyone has a color specific thing, it's got no color, which is great as well. Yeah, nothing too bad then. Sacrifice another creature or artifacts available. So these two are the ones I'm going to put to the side. I feel the most iffy about this one because it says sacrifice another one, which is a bit of a limitation since it means that I can't sacrifice it for benefits. And then, of course, Viscera Seer. It's good. Again, I like this one, but I feel kind of iffy because of just how weak it is. I like scrying a bit, not that much. And this isn't like a scry-centric deck, so I'll have to feel iffy on that one. Blood Artist. Nope. I'm just not going to touch that one. That's not getting moved. Also not getting moved. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Sacrifice another creature, and she gets a buff. That is the only reason I feel iffy. Because it also has the effect of that +X/+0 and turn to turn, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. The idea of it being that's one of the focuses makes me feel iffy. Otherwise, great, because each opponent loses more life, and it means I'm attacking everyone by attacking one. I can focus on one person and I don't have to think anymore, you know? Which is great. This is also great. This is also great. This is also great because it's whenever this creature or another creature you control dies. Which obviously limits it a bit, but for 2 mana, I'm not too against it. Although the wording here is a little bit better. Blood Artist is just a teensy bit better than Zulaport because, you know, it's any creature as per the details. Rulings. And not all. Oh, interesting. If they die at the same time, its ability will trigger for each of those creatures. That is good info, actually. That's really important. All right. Moving on. Flyer. I'm not getting rid of it, am I? Yeah, I'm not getting rid of it. It also has it's an every counter effect. What am I fucking on about? It's an every counter effect. Actually, hold on. Don't I have more every counter effects? Is that really the only every counter effect I have other than my, like, commander? Hold on. There's no way, right? There's no way that's the only every counter effect. No. 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 Are we for real for real? Oh shit, we're for real for real. Huh. Okay, damn, I don't know. I did not know. The more you know, the more you know. Alright, moving on. Anyway, flying when it enters it gets tokens, food tokens, sacrifice for mana. I like it, but at the same time, there are some struggles where it's just a bit limited. And I'll be honest, I also just don't like it being Golden Goose. Like, I'll be completely honest, I just don't like that. Tis Lord Manny, and as such, all must be aware of the even thy forehead. Fuck yourself. Also, sorry, I just want to say this. You spell Ollie really weirdly. Ollie A. Anyway. Alright, life gen. I like this little guy. Why would I get rid of him? Whenever it attacks, I gain life. It also has menace. Oof, how sexy. It would be better if I had Death Touch, to be fair, but also it just can come back whenever and be a bother. It's my favourite little nuisance. I can't do it like that. Arcane Signet, yeah, I'm not removing that. Nope, 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 nope. Well, actually, hold on. Don't I have another colour that's like that in my thing here? It's not Cultivate, is it? No, it's Shared Roots I'm thinking of. Yeah. Search library for a basic land card, put into the battlefield, tap and shuffle. Versus, what was it, Cultivate? Yeah. Search for up to reveal 1 in hand and 1 in back. Eh, both good. Okay, whatever. I'll keep it. Elvish Mystic. It's just a nice way to get more mana, to be fair. I don't really have any way to increase mana gained from stuff like this, but it is a good way to get more mana, kind of like an artifact, and more creatures. So I can just eventually sack it anyway. Whenever this creature or another token creature you control dies, you may create a 0/1. I feel so iffy about these cards. It's going straight into iffy. Nope. Another iffy one. Well, actually, no, it's a sacrifice And it brings it straight into the battlefield as well. I don't feel too bad about that one, actually. When it enters, sacrifice. If you do search library for 2 basic land cards, put them in the battlefield and tap. Again, not too bad, because it's right onto the battlefield. Problem is you have to sacrifice a land. Actually, not. I do think I'm iffy about this one, because you have to sacrifice the land first. Okay, fuck's sake. Okay, hold on. Did I just add that as another change tags? Okay, that's fine. I mean, it is a sacrifice, so that's fine. I was trying to put that in iffy, actually, but anyway. And then finally this bastard. Yeah, no, I'm keeping him. Return from grave cards. Oh, goodness. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker of their choice. Cool. If you sacrifice a permanent this way, you may return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. It does have the sacrifice benefits, which means that there are some cards that are benefited by other things sacrificing are helped by it. It does also have that returning effect, which is great. Stand proud for heritage. Fuck off. You are not Thukana, alright? Manuka. That sounds like an illness, I can't lie. Manuka. Manuka. It's a bit too close to manure, to be fair, but oh well. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling mean-spirited right now. But this one's good. Bit of a nice return of mechanic. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice, and you return up to 1 target creature from your graveyard to hand. Also good. What do you do? Return to me my X-Men. Return a land card, yeah. It's good. And then Woe Strider. This is another one I felt iffy about, because it only benefits other things. It does get counters, it does get tokens, but the tokens are kind of useless, so I felt iffy. It was a Scry. I like Scry, but I don't like Scry that much, you know? 35 sack life and token cards. Luckily, I can just skim through most of this because I have already gone through it a little bit. End step, tokens, sack. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. To be fair, because it's like a passive effect, I feel more okay with it. But if I had something that brought in just normal tokens, I would feel a lot better. Bellatrix, no. Blight. Attacking pests you control get +1/+0 and have menace. Whenever non-token group. That's just good, isn't it? I'm not getting rid of that. Nope. 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 Actually, what are you doing again? Yeah, sacrifice, draw a card. Only once. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. I mean, the main benefit here is that I can also sacrifice to put stuff on target creatures as well, which is great. Do I have you in counters? In Bloody Car says, I got back to my dorm today and a bloody rodent thought to take residence in my absence. Manny, you need to think more about what you're doing, man. Just, yeah. Oh, shit, what did I just put that in? I didn't put anything, thank goodness. Counters, there we go. That is unfortunate. How far do you live from university? Because I thought you previously said that you're staying with your mum while you're at uni. I might have just misunderstood it, never mind. Beginning of step each, if you gain life this turn, this creature becomes prepared. And I can do, for each opponent, you create a 1/1 creature token. It's not too bad, is it? Feral Appetite. +1/+0, exile, create. Yep. Golden Glue, sorry to put you in iffy. Another iffy one. I know he's valuable, but I don't really get why in this deck. I think I can see it definitely popping off in other decks, but there's just some stuff that I don't really like. Like I don't like Indestructible. Sorry, I don't like foods, but also the effect is only based on things that have entered the battlefield. It's about a 3-hour drive. Damn. Wait, are you saying that you drove 3 hours to uni? for one class. Just stay in your dorm and remove all rats if you can. When it dies, you gain 2 life. Sack it for mana. No, 4 mana, sack it. Exile target non-creature. Yeah. Okay, let's chill. 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 Chill, chill, chill. Ah, yeah, you go in iffy. Because you're another Drowsy creator. Destroy. Destroy everything you see. Make them hate. Make them hate. Invincible. Make them hate. Alright, sorry, I'm just going off my own thing. Beginning about each upkeep, if you don't control a pest creature, that create a 1/1 black token, yeah. Okay. If you gain life, you get more. Also nice. Plum the Forbidden. Plum. Additional cost, you may sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature you sacrifice this way. Yep. Ah, you are iffy. I don't really know why I want the City's Blessing effect when I don't use City Blessing. Stupid fucking game. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2. If you do, create a token. Okay. Don't have a vehicle. You do not have a vehicule. I'm unemployed. Real as fuck. Also, I'm now realizing I'm terrified of rodents. Turns out murderous intent takes a backseat when you're depressed and disassociated. Skill issue. Get a bag. Don't put yourself in the bag. Put the rodent in the bag. And then just swing it into the wall. You know? Oh, wait, no, you don't have a vehicle. Then why did you say drive? Do you mean like a bus drive? Fuck. Toxic Deluge. Blah, 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 blah. And then you are also both iffy. So you now have a tag, which is iffy. Goodness, I love me an iffy tag. Maybe I should just put all the iffy cards into my my sideboard. I'm stressing about going into the sideboard, I can't lie. My biggest struggles, sideboard. Your biggest struggles, rat in room. So I know for a fact I want this. As you can see, every end step I put +1/+1 counters on each creature I control. So, yeah, I can also choose to force my opponents to sack stuff as well. Both help me, so it really just depends on what I'm leaning more towards that time. So I'm going to put that in my main deck, just straight in there. I want to put Abzan Devotee into there because he's a cheap way to just access more types of mana. I also just like Abzan, to be honest. That's the only reason that is going on. That's the main reason it's going in. Cauldron of Essence, I believe, was good as well. Each creature you control dies, each opponent loses life, and you gain life. Obviously, it's good. Sacrifice, return target creature and card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate as a sorcery. Also a good effect. So that's going into my main deck. I'm going to try and avoid all the stupid effects. Oh, Infusion. That's also good. It's a good effect. Your boy is overthinking right now. Destroy target artifact or creature, you gain life. Again, another good one. Could theoretically destroy the creature, then right afterwards do the other effect to make that person lose even more life. That's something only an evil person would do, of course. Oh yeah, this guy. I like this guy. I want him in my deck. This one's also good. When you gain life, you put +1/+1s on this creature. It's a good one, especially since it is good. And I think it also has trample, to my memory. Okay. There's probably some. Oh, this one. There's also probably some more stuff that are like just super useful in this deck, but I think for my best bet right now is I just slowly go through everything, chuck in what I think is really good from what I've just seen, because I spent the past hour and a half going through all of my cards and putting them into categories and all that jazz. And then when I feel iffy on something, I just compare them to another, like one of the other iffy options or whatever, or what categories I have, and I can just decide, oh, it doesn't really fit any of these. I'm just not going to add it. Simple. Vigilance as long as there's a lesson card in your graveyard. Whenever another creature you control dies, put +1/+1 on Rang. Now, I don't know how many lesson cards I have, so that's going to get ignored. Whenever this creature instant sorcery spell, that gets ignored until the end because I'm not sure how many instant sorceries I'm going to have. Enters prepared, put +1/+1 counter on target creature, you gain 1 life. I feel iffy on this one because it's a one-time effect. There is one time as it enters where I may play the spell. So yeah. It's also not an instant. It's a sorcery, which means I can't cast it just whenever. Anywho. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. Okay. At the beginning of your combat, you exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. It's alright, but I'm not certain. I'm really not certain because of the exile effect. That kind of puts a dent into the graveyard-based effects, which I have, like, for example, I have one that specifically, when I have enough creatures in my graveyard, I just get, like, an OP hitter. So I'm not sure on that one. Ashnod's Intervention. Until one end of turn, target creature gains +2, and gains when this creature dies or is put into the... That's good. I'm going to put that into my deck. Because sometimes you need an effect where it doesn't actually go into the graveyard. The only thing I will say is just a man's cards and the girl he dumped on stream yesterday. I dumped someone on stream yesterday. Oh, you're the girl. Gotcha. You are the 6'4" dude who is a girl. Because you're just a girl. Yeah, I got you. Fuck, I lost my goddamn train of thought because of you, little bastard. Hold on. Dies with into exile from. Now the question is, does this just mean that if I sacked something with this effect, it just goes into my hand and then I can recast it immediately? If I sack a card that I used Ashnod's influence. Is it called I'm calling it the wrong thing, aren't I? It's intervention. Yes, it does work that way. Okay, wonderful. That means I can bypass one of the many, many issues. Cool. Problem is, it's just from the battlefield, but that's fine. Who cares? That's wonderful. All right, let's keep going. Befriending the Moths. Target creature gets +1 and flying until end of turn. That's good. That's a good way to get rid of my flying effect. And I can also exile it to make it into this, which just means I get another flyer out. That's a 2/4. And since I mainly want it for blocking, that is beneficial. Question is, does it have enough use to me? I don't fucking know. So, we are going to ignore it. If I don't know, I will be ignoring it. Manny knows how to play the card game, so hopefully he can help me if there's any problems. If you see something and there's like, holy shit, you're a retard, put that in your goddamn deck, do tell. Do tell. Whenever return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand, put this card onto the battlefield from your hand, tapped and attacking. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1 counter on target creature you control that doesn't have a +1 counter on it. That's not too bad. But I feel like it's not too bad, which means it's not that good. I'm also looking at the wrong fucking thing. I was meant to be looking at Boseiju, but yeah, it's alright. I don't know. This one, search up for library, for... Oh! I'm looking forward to hear about your hobby at one point, Manny. Forest cards. Reveal them, put into your hand, then shuffle. Good way to get some lands. Pop to one land card from a graveyard on top of the library. That's also a good thing. Plus with Scry, I can always just put it at the bottom if I need to. And then I can exile it where it becomes Branch of Boseiju, which gets a +1/+1 for each land I control. Kind of cool, but it doesn't work off of counters. I will summon real devils to appeal to your thumb. No. I believe in you. One day you'll be able to learn how to summon a devil. That time I was a guy in Nigeria and I summoned fucking Battle Beast. I don't know. All of a sudden I can't remember any devil names. Anywho, am I running to it? Not really. Alright, you, Broodheart Engine. I love it, but I don't know how useful you are. Surveil 1. Cool. But that's at every upkeep I get to Surveil 1. That's good, to be fair. Sacrifice it to return a card from my graveyard to the battlefield. That's also pretty good. It is 4 mana, though. Is that worth 4 mana is the question. It is to the battlefield as well. Obviously meaning summoning sickness, but still good. The part that it says vehicle, though, is what kind of blows me off sometimes, because it's like, I don't have any vehicles, other than maybe some in here. Problem is, my iffiness stems from my iffiness towards Surveil more than anything else. So I think I'll put in Iffy and put it into my main deck, because I've got to figure out what is the class of Surveil, you know. Death Touch. This creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It's a fun way to get Death Touch, to be fair. But let's have a quick peek at what the other Death Touches I have are like. At 1 mana, or 1 or 2 mana. All right, Death Touch. Where are you? Where are you, my love? Death Touch. Death Touch. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna send it onto the thing. It's on Moxfield. It's called Felifar Upscale. But can you get that link? Does it go through? Death Touch. Do I have any 1 mana Death Touches? Okay, no. You know what? I think I won't add him, just because. To be fair, Sandquist is £6, so maybe there is a reason for that. But looking at these, I don't know. Other than like Ophiomancer, whose main benefit is just making tokens with Death Touch. Oh, it does go through. Wonderful. I think I'll keep it at the back of my mind for now. It will just be there. Target creature control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. If you've cast another... Okay. It's not sorcery, then deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Good, but that depends on how much damage. And with that would count as Death Touch, right? Can I do Death Touch for you that? I don't think so. I don't know, actually. How does Death Touch work? Death Touch. Summon. I actually spelled it right the first time. Any damage. Okay, cool. Just wanted to confirm that. And other than Death Touch, do I have enough guys who just having 1 more on them would allow them to take out big hitters? That's the question. 4, 3, 3, 4. Well, to be fair, my whole goal is to make big hitters, so that's fine. I think that can still work, actually. Yeah, that should work. It is a bit expensive, but what can you do? Enchant artifact of creature. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1 and +3 and has reach and tap for mana. It's got a lot of good. It really does have a lot of good effects, doesn't it? And I can also use it to create monks with that same effect, so that's also good. How do I see all the decks at once the way you do? So the sideboard should show you it immediately, but for the rest of this, just turn on tags, and that will show you all of these, like this weird layout I've got going on. The sideboard is just at the end. Oh, do you mean all the cards? Oh yeah, okay. So for the cards, it's just if you go into view, go to the bottom one, visual spoiler, and it will show you all of them at once, rather than as like lines of text. Caustic Exhale. As an additional cost to cast it, Behold a Dragon. Target gets -1, sorry, -3, -3. I mean, it's still good, to be fair. I'm going to put this into Iffy. It's also just go clarify that's dragons needed. I'm going to put it into my main deck for now. But yeah. Exile this card from your graveyard, put +1/+1 counter on or a trample counter on target creature. Oh, wait a minute, what? Ooh. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't understand the way pricing works in Magic sometimes. Like, I get why some things are really good, but I also don't see why this is bad, for example. The ability to put counters on something and to trample something after it's died, I feel like that's quite good. Maybe it's because it's activated only as a sorcery and not as an instant. Maybe? No idea. But I like it, so I'm going to put it into main deck. Already said I'm not really too strong on this one. Deals combat damage to a pay AI, gets +1s on ones that don't have one. Which is alright, but... It's great. Again, problem with these Dragon Storms, as much as I love them, is they're limited to dragons. Or limited by having dragons. Which means... if I don't have them, then it's a one-time effect from an enchantment, which basically means I'm just adding an instant or sorcery. So the question is, am I willing to have willing to have a 2-mana sorcery, which makes it so that each opponent loses 2 life and I gain 2 life, where I also get to surveil 2. It's pretty good. Dog Cleric. Your boy's going too slow. What? Oh, you're talking about the Abzan Cleric guy. Gotcha. It's good for this sort of deck where you've got 3 mana types, I'd say. Just fits in nicely. Cost of Brilliance, 2/1. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. Okay, put a +1/+1 card up to you. Having 2 separate effects, I think, is quite neat, so I'll put that in as well. I'm not looking forward to having to go back through all of this and just like repairing what's left. They're all tagged up, if I remember correctly. I also think I need to add draw gen and stuff like that. Oh wait, no, that's not how I... Whatever. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh god, I'm just tired. Alright, back to yapping. Cracked Earth Technique, Earthbend, and Gain Life. I'm not sure how useful Earthbending is, so I do feel iffy on this one. I might consider it if I get more lessons and then have an excuse to put Hang in, but otherwise, not really. Cruel Truths. Spell 2. You could cast it on any card and essentially spam good combos, especially with cards that give life. I'm pretty sure chat doesn't go through fast enough for me to have the crack that be a response to Cracked Earth Technique. For Dog Cleric, I don't think Dog Cleric can quite do that, so I'm missing whatever card is. Are we talking about this one? No, that also doesn't make sense. Cast it on any card and essentially spam good combos. Loki lost, I'll be honest. Anyway. Quartos, surveil 2, then draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. I really wish chat was just like at the same pace as I'm talking, because it gets. I can't like it's kind of confusing for me because I can't tell when stuff is being said. Quartos, surveil 2, then draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. Pretty good. You get surveillance. You get to choose what cards you're going for, or to just gamble instead. So yeah, I like it. Enchanted Creature. Belly rubs for a deck well stacked. Appreciate it, man. Enchanted Creature has +1/+1 for each land you control and has trample. Again, not sure how many lands I'm going to end up. It depends on how much land generation I end up at the end of this, which might be a lot less than I think, to be fair. It really depends on how much my... Yeah, my highest mana value is 7 for one card. I don't actually think I need that much, like, land gen, to be honest. Or whatever it's called, like, give me land. So I'm not sure about stuff like Crystalline Armor. Delta Bloodflies. Flying. Whenever this creature attacks, if you control a creature with a counter on it, each opponent loses 1 life. I'm not worried about having this available to me at all. That sounds good. It's a good flyer. And it requiring counters is easy as fuck for me because I'm building around counters. Or at least that's part of what I'm building. Counters and sacrifice are my main goals. Create creature tokens. It's nice, but it's a sorcery and not an instant, so I'm going to ignore it. Dragonback Lancer. You get mobilized for whenever it attacks. It's a flying. It's a 3/3. It's 4 mana though. But it's an easy excuse to have sacrifice because it automatically sacrifices itself. I think it's a no though. I'm not sure if that'll be useful. Dream Drink Vampire. Pretty card. Is it useful though? When counters are put on it, it gets Menace. It has Lifelink. And it has, if this creature has no 1/1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. I think this would be pretty good. I'll be honest, I think this is pretty good because it has that menace effect thanks to counters. So basically, it's a menace lifelink 2/1 for 2 mana, which is, I would say, pretty fucking good. I can't lie. Anyway, Efflorescence counters on target creature. If you gain life this turn, that creature also gains trample and destruction until end turn. That is also pretty good. All right, back into my deck. Emergency exit. God, my fucking 133. Ugh. All right. Destroy land token. Cool. I think that's all right. I'm not certain on it, but enter the search library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. It's good. Am I willing to spend 4 mana on 1 time? No. These Dragonstorms are really making me just... I would love to put Encroaching Dragonstorm in there. I'd love to put Corroding Dragonstorm. Problem is, I just don't have enough dragons to make it feasible. Woe is me. End of the hunt. Target opponent exiles a creature or planeswalker they control with the greatest amount of value among creatures or planeswalkers they control. It's good, but they get to. Oh wait, no, it's just whichever one has the greatest amount of value. Manny is sleeping deprived. Manny is not Daijobu. I'm not very Daijobu right now as well. I feel the same way, but definitely not as much as you. I can't lie. I'm just a little bit tired. Each opponent loses. I want Engine Rat so bad. You're going in my main deck. I don't even care. End of step. If you control 2 or more tapped creatures, you gain 2 life. That's a good thing to have. I would say in my life deck. Create a land token as it enters. Okay, it's not like a repeatable thing. I'll think about it. There's another thing that created land tokens, and I'm pretty sure I put it in my deck, which might get taken back actually. Gravkill, exile, target creature or spacecraft. Nice. I don't think exile's that important for me. I'd much rather people kill their stuff because more of my effects affect killing rather than exiling, I'd say. But having the ability exile is also pretty nice because it just means that people can't pull anything out. Nah. Helping Hand. Return target creature with mana value 3 or less from a graveyard to the battlefield tapped. It is 1 mana, so like that's not too bad at all. Heritage Reclamation. Choose one. Destroy, or exile from a graveyard and draw a card. Ooh, that's not too bad. I'll have to look at what the other mana values are for that sort of stuff when I go back through stuff. Creature control with mana value 3 or less get +1/+0, which works quite nicely with the previous card. And when it enters the battlefield, return target artifact creature with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. That is very Daijobu. Death Touch Hullcarver 1/1/1. It's 2 weak. Hymn of the Faller. Draw a card, surveil, lose life. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell with a warp this turn, draw another card. That's pretty good as well. You're gonna notice I'm gonna either start choosing things way faster or way slower as time goes on. That's because I'm getting tired. Whenever an Imperial unit attacks, return target creature or vehicle card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. See, 3 or less was alright, but 2 or less? Now you're fucking with me. Okay. Interjection gets +2/+2 and gains First Strike. Ooh, First Strike, you say? Okay, I'm going to try and rush a little bit more, but turns out I have to go downstairs now, so I'll go through like 2 more cards and then I'll head off, I think. Interjection, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains First Strike turn to turn. That's good. Main deck. Iron Apprentice. So you're good because you get to allow me to move counters around. Main deck. You. I don't give a flying fuck about you anymore. Calm your jealous first. Death Touch. Each opponent loses 2 life and gains 2 life. This ability costs 4 lefts if you activate. To activate, if you've drawn 3 or more cards this turn, activate only once each turn. It's a nice effect. Plus, because I have a couple of things that work off of just random shit when it comes to drawing and stuff, I do think I can do 3 quite easily, and it affects everyone. So I'm not too worried about not being able to do that one. You're a confusing fucking card. Pay X life, as in where I place it. Pay X life. This creature draws X. Activate only as a sorcery. I'm gonna leave that off for now. -3 until end of turn. That's alright. It's not bad, that's for sure. I do wish it was a bit cheaper though, that's the only problem. Gets an additional -1/-1 at the end of turn for... Yeah, I need you for sure. You're really useful. Yeah. Alright, it looks like, based on my concurrent viewers, Manny has left, unfortunately. I did tell them I was, finishing up, but... my heart. Anyway, I'm getting called down for food, so I will see you guys later. Oh, goodness. I thought I was bending the other way. My body does not feel Daigobu. Anyway, I will continue going through this later. Again, this is available to the public, and based on that link I sent half an hour ago. So if you want, do check out the link, do see what is going on, see if I've made any more edits. And yeah, I think I'm going to continue doing this for whenever I come back tomorrow. Going to play some War on my own, I think, just to do dailies and stuff, and prep myself. Playing FGO. If you ever want to see what I'm doing with FGO, I can always give you a glance, as you can see from my many bars of text. Don't know how visible it is, because for me it's not very visible. It gets quite blurred out. It's unfortunate. I kind of wish I could zoom in on the... Oh well. Anyway. So we've got all of my servants, all of my... I got so many craft essences, man. I have like a whole bar of 5-star craft essences. I shouldn't have this many. That means I failed the 50-50 for 5 stars a ridiculous number of times. Because look, that's how many 5-star characters I have. That's how many 5-star craft essences I have. Holy shit. And I've got copies of them as well. We have our bonds here, so you can see I'm making progress. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave the stream there for today. Have a good one. Have a great night, good evening, good morning, or whatever else it is for you. And